Coming up in this report, I'd like to hear from you, my beard-stroking, blue singlet over beer gut, off-roading bro, about the worst things you've ever seen people do out there on the road to Dingo Piss Creek during four-wheel drive recovery operations especially. And then that ship full of Volkswagens, mercifully, upliftingly ablaze in the Atlantic. It's nearly gone out, proving that all hilarity comes to an end eventually. And then GM plans to put airless tyres in the new Chevy Bolt. Maybe. To which I would say, would it not be easier just to close the factory doors permanently or put the factory in a ship and burn it down to the plimsoll too? I'm John Cadogan from AutoExpert.com.au and I get new cars cheap. For buyers here in Australia. Website for that, obviously. Or you can just click the card that's, up there now. Dude. Let's get a snatch strap on it right now, perhaps, and see if we can't rip it in half or, die in the attempt. And on this point, a dude named Peter Kennedy emailed me just the other day. He sent me this very fetching picture indeed. Towing loop, tie-down point, tomato, tomato. It's off his new King of Mediocrity Hilux. Land Cruiser's bum boy, as it's known to, Land Cruiser owners. PK wants some guidance on pulling it in a clean, family-friendly way. Like, is Hilux really unbreakable, or is using a point such as this for recovery simply unacceptable? Because it's part of the beard-stroking Dreamtime narrative or whatever. Will the four horsemen of the stupidity apocalypse ride out of Parliament House and whip you with the Dunning-Kruger stick if you attempt a recovery in this way? I'm going to answer that question next week, or at least attempt to, and I thought it would be, impossibly hilarious to hear from you on the levels of abject stupidity which you've seen out there on the road to DPC. Let me know in the comments, dude. Joining straps with shackles, snatching off a tow ball, stepping over a loaded winch cable. Ballistic vasectomy just crying out to happen there. Using a baby as a cable arrestor, that's probably a poor choice. What are the biggest no-nos that you've seen out there in the land beyond Wi-Fi, where steel-cap thongs are still a fashion statement? Leave me a comment below. Have you ever parked your Forby on another human while digging that stuck vehicle out of a bog, or epically upended an otherwise perfectly tedious afternoon of, driving in ruts therapeutically by botching a recovery quite badly? Bonus points if you met the Grim Reaper but narrowly dodged death. No salmon mousse for you. I'm going to address this all next week, and your input now could be the icing on the Dunning-Kruger cake. And who wouldn't want to be part of that? Personally, I don't have a problem with having a little yank every now and then, gently, in a manner of speaking, using the factory tow points. Even a tow ball in a pinch, provided you're not a complete twat about it. And, dude, I can already hear the outrage factory cancelling all leave and urgently rostering on a third shift as we speak. Let me know what you think in the comments below, dude. Let that vitriol flow. I promise not to care. Now, before I let you go, Felicity Ace, who sounds like an adult entertainer of repute, but is really a floating 200-metre car park in the Atlantic Ocean, which has been ablaze since Wednesday last week, hilariously, carrying many of the different flavours of Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, Lamborghini and Bentley, things like that. Shit heaps for all budgets, basically. This massive ship is finally starting to go out. Damn it. It was on the way from Germany to Morocco. Nobody knows what caused the blaze, but, Volkswagen. The crew of 22 got out safely, thankfully, but the fire has been ablaze for almost a week now, stoked in part by the enthusiastically sustained combustion of the batteries in Porsche's new EV shitbox Taycan, presumably. Well done there, getting the transportation safety protocols just Goldilocks. Numerous firefighting vessels are either on location at the scene now or en route, and the captain of the nearest port allegedly told Reuters that specialist firefighting equipment was required to tackle the burning batteries in the shitbox Porsche EVs. And that sounds like bullshit to me. Because, dude, when EV batteries burn, the electrolyte typically decomposes and destabilizes. And when it does that, it releases oxygen gas, which fuels the fire, like rinse and repeat. So typically, you can't put out a burning lithium-ion battery. I guess you could put it in a swimming pool and attempt to keep it cool, but hey, good luck with that. The usual way to fight lithium-ion battery fires is just wait for them to stop. Apparently, according to senior insurance industry mother lovers with specialist insider knowledge on this one, that's a loss of about $401 million worth of the world's most criminally malignant car makers' products. Oh no. But that's just typical of the media, don't you think? Invariably so negative. I say, look instead at the amount of ownership anguish end users have been mercifully spared by virtue of a little smoke on the high seas. Those people will never know how narrowly they dodged the ankle-grabbing bullet that we call, lovingly, the people's car. And finally, who knew? Michelin and General Motors have been sleeping together, it seems, in a seedy Motel 6 outside Reno. And the product of this unattractive union could be the next generation Chevy Bolt running on airless tyres. According to a dude named Ryan Unpronounceable, who does the tyre testing for Consumer Reports in Morocco, quote, Jesus, we're literally reinventing the wheel here. To which I say, what goes around comes around, dude. Michelin, such jolly jokers. They call this tyre UPTIS, UPTIS, which stands allegedly for Unique Puncture-Proof Tyre System. So obviously they're not spending all that much money on marketing at this stage. Because it does not yet exist in production and may not for 2 to 3 years or ever, and because a new Bolt is unconfirmed, it's really easy to talk it up out of all proportion. According to a dude at Michelin Morocco, UPTIS will be completely recyclable and renewable, whatever that means, plus easy to retread and reuse. Not only that, it'll have real-time connectivity, so you'll be able to monitor tread wear without once getting off your ass. Thanks Sky Ferry for an opportunity to be even more sedentary. Just what we need in the modern world. UPTIS will prevent premature wear from under or overinflation, of course. It'll be puncture-proof and it will save about 2 million tonnes of waste each year by virtue of its extended life. UPTIS also prevents tooth decay and never makes your ass look fat, tastes better than chocolate and has negative calories. Imagine that. Might be a while before we see UPTIS at Bob Jane, however. Just saying. And in my view, just in closing, this is disgracefully ironic. Michelin's mascot, Bibendum, the Michelin man himself, the quintessential fat, spongy white dude who emerged from the womb in 1894 at the Lyon exhibition. Jesus, picked a fine week to stop smelling glue right at the end, didn't I? Anyway, the dude who exemplifies everything Marvel asks about being pumped up could be engineered out of future relevance by the very company that spawned him, and which has been pumping up his tires endlessly ever since. Dude, to me, that's just the ultimate kick in the pneumatic nuts.